What's up? This is your King and I, Vincent Valentine, EX Turk, coming back at you guys with a brand new video. And also, this music theme is by a young, beautiful woman I subscribe to named Taylor Davis. Go subscribe to her channel. This is where this theme comes from. So, if you like this, go subscribe. I'll leave this video in the link. I'll leave this video in the link below to check out her channel. So go subscribe to Taylor Davis. Now, it's been a long time since I've done Final Fantasy content because I didn't want to overdo or spam my content. So I've been taking a break. Plus, I had to get over some personal issues of mine. So real life always comes first. And I got a new haircut. So this is actually a nice time to bring it up. Now, I should have done this during the Final Fantasy VII week because the Final Fantasy VII week was actually a little bit more important for the Final Fantasy VII Remake week that I did. This would have been perfect, so I'm going to come at you with a surprise. The fate of video. And this is going to be the fate of one of the most important characters they can never scrap from the remake. I don't care how less this person you think plays less of a role. We're going to be talking about Bugenhagen. Bugenhagen is a scientist of Cosmo Canyon who raised Nanaki, but he also knows more about the planet than anybody. You know, even more than Sephiroth. This dude knows about the life stream, where the life stream comes from, what causes the planet's destruction. This man actually answers questions about the planet. Even he's aware of Shinra causing the planet to die out because how much of the life stream that Shinra's using for their stuff, for their power. So that's why I said you couldn't take out this character. Now I think in the remake his character's gonna end up being the same because he's a crucial part of the Final Fantasy VII lore. I think they might change it up but they'll be more descriptive, and he's probably gonna get a different look than he did than the original. Now he's still gonna have the bald man bun like he had in the game, you know, and the big giant beard, and the sunglasses look like Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z looking boy that sits on a materia. But I don't think he's gonna sit on materia in this one. And he's gonna look at least a little bit taller with CGI and voice acting. Bugenhagen's not going to be how we know him. And I think that's the only change that Bugenhagen's actually going to go through. So, you know. So, I think it's going to be, you know. It's going to be changed to be a little bit. He's going to be changed to be a little bit different. But he's still going to be very crucial to the point. Especially Cosmo Canyon is actually, you know, part of the main storyline. I can't imagine him scrapping it out for anything. In fact, Nanaki's story plays closer to the actual story, even more than Cloud's did, because Nanaki's people, and that's his dog race, and Bugenhagen, the man who adopted Nanaki, know more about the planet than they all do. You know, even though, yes, Cloud is technically the guardian of the life stream, but, you know, without Bugenhagen's help, they'd be lost, you know. This guy also helps you find the huge materia to unlock the gates of the Lost City. You know. Of course, it led to an iconic death scene, but it was important. I think it might have been after. I don't know for sure. It's been a long time since I played the original Final Fantasy VII. In fact, I'm going back and playing it again. But anyways, with all of that, I think his role is going to be only slightly different, only on the voice acting and the fact that they'll be able to actually have real life size characters. Now, Cosmo Canyon itself is probably going to be bigger than it was. Like it's good. If I could predict, it's going to be just like Final Fantasy 13's 13 Lightning Returns. Was it? It's not Luxurion, but Dead Dunes. You know, Hunter, you know, base, but it'll still have the Cosmo Canyon look, but it'll be kind of like a mixture of those two things. So the city's gonna get a lot bigger too, and I could see that. I could probably see that a hunter goes with you to go hunt down the evil spirit of Cosmo Canyon, the one you had to defeat at the end, and then find out that Seto Nanaki's father was actually really a good guy. So this is also more than just a fate of Bugenhagen. This is also a fate of Seto, and I think it's possible. And remember, these are just prediction videos, so you can't get mad if my prediction ends up wrong. These are just prediction videos, but my prediction happens to be this. And you get ready for this. I think we might get a cutscene of everything that happened to Seto, because this is a full remake. This is a game that they could put all their stuff in, especially if it's episodic the way it is. They could actually put a full base, whole entire full game arc of, full game arc of that arc as a full entire thing to actually make a full story. Now, it's not going to be one full story, but it'd play into at least one of the many episodes, depending on when the first episode ends to the second begins, or the way Square Enix wants to rearrange this. We don't know what's happening yet, but these are just speculations. And this is actually really more of a surprise video because you never knew there was going to be a fate of Bugenhagen's thing. And like I said, I am going to start posting a little bit more Final Fantasy content. I just haven't been doing it very much because I didn't want to spam very much, as well as the fact I'd get through some real life stuff. So, but I'm back here, and I'm here to tell you that Bugenhagen's never going to be erased. I think he's going to be the one character that actually has a good fate to him. He was never a side character, though he did help you on some stuff. But as well, he was a scientist that was more connected to the Earth than even Professor Hojo, the smartest scientist in Final Fantasy VII lore ever. Even Bugenhagen was closer to the planet and the knowledge of the planet than even Hojo was. And that should say something. Not only his usefulness throughout the series, but it's also the fact that he's pretty much an iconic figure to Final Fantasy VII. Everybody knows who's played Final Fantasy VII as a kid, or even people who don't play Final Fantasy games. Even people who don't play Final Fantasy games, and they played Final Fantasy VII as a kid, everybody knows that bald man bun, big beard, Master Roshi lookalike Bugenhagen. So he's iconic in itself. It's just like it'd be criminal to take him out. He's just as iconic as cross-dressing Cloud. If you take those two things out, Tetsuo Nomura is gonna get pretty much chewed out for the fact that this belongs in the remake, for the fact that this was part of the original. And matter of fact, Bugenhagen was never in the compilation at all. Well, understandably so, he did die in Final Fantasy VII, but even before that, he was never in Crisis Core, he was never in Crisis Core, and that's way before he died, because he died in Final Fantasy VII, but since, we're going to see a fully voice-acted, fully CGI Bugenhagen. Now, I doubt he's going to be sitting on the green materia. They just add that there because, well, the original Final Fantasy VII didn't really have very many stuff to go on because they made it, polygon models. Since these are going to be real life, Unreal Engine models with voice acting. I can't even fathom or imagine, I can't even fathom or imagine them taking him out of the game. He's that important, So, this has been my video to the fate of Bugenhagen. And may the crystal be with you. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bells, and again, it's going to be a while before I come with the next Final Fantasy video because I don't want to spam. So may the crystal be with you. And hit the notification bell. Please like because YouTube's system's messed up and all that good stuff. And you guys have a nice day. Be safe.